Hi folks, I've been nominated by Stephen Brian Farrant from the Back to Basics Facebook group to come up with my top 5 tips for beginners for wild camping. So thank you for the chance of sharing my top 5 tips. Hopefully you'll be able to learn from my experiences so you don't make the same mistakes as I did. So here we go, here's my top 5.
5.
Always keep some fire lighting material as a backup in a plastic bag stowed away in the rucksack. Okay, you don't rely on it, you've obviously got other kit you take with you to start your stoves or your fires. There's nothing worse than getting all the way to your campsite and realising you've forgotten your fire lighting kit, or it's got wet, or worse still, you may even have lost it. If you know backup fire lighting material, it's stowed away in a rucksack, you know that you can always get your stove going, get a hot drink or get a meal. It's just a bit of an insurance policy. You don't want to be walking out after you've just walked in.
4.
Earplugs. Take some earplugs with you. Some people, if you're not used to it, get a bit spooked sleeping out in the woods at night. There's all sorts of noises. Don't worry about it, it's perfectly natural until you get used to it. I mean, think of it this way. 2 Neanderthals sleeping in a cave. They heard some strange noises outside. One of them went outside to have a look. Sadly, he was eaten. The other one that was hiding in the cave, well, it's those genes that have been passed on to us today. So it's perfectly natural to be a bit disturbed by some of the noises until you get used to it. But what you want is a good night's sleep. If you're not well rested and you're spending a few days out at camp, you get tired, you drop your concentration, and that's when accidents happen. So the best thing to do is to take some earplugs. I mean, in the UK, we don't have any big predators to worry about, really, except for oh, sorry, you might not have got that. Where was I? Predators, yeah. Stone Age man, yeah. Okay. So until you get used to sleeping in the night, at the end of the day, all you're listening to are a few branches moving around and a few woodland creatures. There's nothing to be scared of. Okay? So take your earplugs.
3.
Take a whistle with you. Doesn't matter what shape or size, but always carry a whistle on your person. If it's a clip-on one, put it on your belt, or fasten one around your neck. You use your whistle in distress, for an emergency, to attract attention. The sound of a whistle will carry much further than the sound of a human voice. If you get lost in Northern Europe and you want to use the whistle as a distress signal, you need to blow 6 3-second blasts, followed by about a minute's pause. If anybody hears the distress signal, the reply should be 3 blasts on a whistle. In North America, they use the system of 3. So 3 short 3-second blasts, a long pause, about a minute, and then continue the cycle. Repeat this structure until you hear a reply. It's generally considered that any sort of repeating pattern is recognised as a distress. So just keep blowing until you get rescued.
2.
Bring a hat with you, because more often than not, at the end of the day, when the sun goes down, the temperature does too. So if you've got a hat, you can keep yourself nice and warm and comfortable, even sleep with it. If you like a brimmed hat for the day and you're wearing one like this, which would be uncomfortable to sleep with, just make sure you bring a beanie type hat. Much more comfortable in the sleeping bag. When you have a hat like this or like this during the day, you can use it for other things. You can use it to sit on. You can use it for collecting things in. If you're collecting tinder and it's a bit damp, you shove it under the hat. An hour or two later, from the heat from your head should have dried out the tinder.
1.
Cordage. Always bring some spare or extra cordage. You never know what you might need it for. You can use it for a million things. Obviously, you can use it to replace the lines on any tarps or tents. You can use it to replace snapped boot laces on your boots. You can use it to carry things around the camp. And even strap things to your backpack. I remember one day I had to use it to replace a snapped belt.
Oh no!
I gotta be honest, I was very happy that day I had some extra cord. So those are my 5 tips. I'd now like to nominate 5 others. Now you don't have to do a video, you can just do a post. So I'd like to nominate Joe Price, Paul Smith, Dave Watson, Ian Nairn and Jamie Dakota. Thanks chaps, I hope you come up with 5 other great tips for people who are starting their wild camping adventures.